Today we're going to talk about the Native American quirt, which raises the question, what's a quirt? So a quirt is a small whip, basically. It's small, it's easy to carry, you can use it while you're riding on horseback, that kind of thing. So obviously quirt is an umbrella term, that's not a Native American term, and they had their own distinct brand for sure, design. This wasn't a set design, there was variation in there, but it shared a common feature that makes it a forgotten impact weapon. And you can see that feature in these two original examples, because they're both basically batons, right? You do not need a handle that long or sturdy to operate a whip, not at all. Especially if the whip is going to be a really short one. It's just kind of weird, it's bulky, it seems overly cumbersome, but it gives you an option, which is to use it as a weapon, of course. Now, I have no idea if they were designed that way on purpose, if it just became a ad hoc side use. Some of them are so big, heavy, and highly decorated that I have to imagine it was more of a status thing. But all of them could come in handy in a pinch. Here's the first of the two, and you can see how the hand loop survived, and it's great when things like that do, because that's going to fall apart a lot more easily than the actual shaft. Interestingly, it even looks like the bottom of the handle is tapered, right? I don't know if that's just natural or is carved that way, but you can see it. So just like a billy would be, overall the thing is pretty thin. It's more of a rod than a club, but you do notice that tapering, and I guess maybe you're meant to grab where it's at its narrowest. And now you can start to see the actual poppers. That's what they were often called back in the Old West. Not by the owner of this item, right, obviously, by the Americans. And you can see they're really short, and, you know, if you're going to whip somebody with it, use it as a weapon that way, it wouldn't be very effective. It'd be annoying. It'd make them mad, but not so much. Here's the other one. This one might be made out of bone, and check out the shape there. You see how it tapers so that it widens up towards the hitting, or what would be the hitting end, if you were going to swing it like a club. So again, in a different way than the last one, but it also accomplishes the same thing. Tapers in a much more uniform way, but again, you get the center of gravity higher up than the middle. Now, here's the one that got me interested in this and realizing the martial capabilities of this, equestrian tool. It's coming up here, and look at that guy. Now, that's a bruiser. There's absolutely no reason you need something that large and heavy to use as a whip handle, right? Found an account of one of these being used in battle. I don't mean one exactly shaped like this, just a quirt, Native American quirt, being used in battle to knock out a cowboy as the Native American rode by, and you could only imagine the damage that this one would do. It has the tacks you can see there, and that was a very common motif in Native American weaponry, so it kind of makes it even look more martial, right, because it kind of looks like a mace or whatnot. They wouldn't do you any favor, but that wasn't their purpose. Here's another view. Try to get you as close as I can while still keeping the whole thing in frame. So it's a beautiful, I was going to say weapon, but it really was not primarily a weapon. I really like this one, and they come in all shapes and sizes. There's some that are like this, real bulky and with a narrower handle, right, to help with the grip and the swing. But the striking portion, when used as a club, as a bludgeon, the striking portion would be rectangular. They could be made out of horn. There's tons of variety, considering how simple of an implement it is. So there you go. I think we're going to be hard-pressed to find a more forgotten ad hoc impact weapon than this one, and it's a great little piece of Native American and Western history. In fact, you'll find some old tales where, like, a brave, Native American brave raises up his whip menacingly. Well, now you know there was more to it than you might have thought. Thanks.